Entertainment, the perfect blend of paranormal and pop culture, with your host, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang.
I love it. I'm a fan of this. I'm here for it.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Earthling Entertainment with your hosts, Joe and Ryan.
That's right. I'm your host who found out he's only 4 years old and his entire life is a lie, Joe Wakefield. I was grown in a lab for organs, if you're wondering, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No. But then that person died, and through just weird deal my dad made before he died, I was replaced with that one. I don't know. Normally you think it would only be reserved for the rich, but turns out, Ryan, any of us can be clones. It's like Fallout 4. It's the Institute. Are we robots? Are we organic robots? And if you're
synths.
Ooh, that's what I'm saying. And if you're an organic robot, does that mean you're more like a clone or more like a machine?
Well, all I know is I'm Ryan.
That's right. Sorry. Did I go off on too much of a thing, right?
Not at all. Not at all. I was just like, eventually, I guess I'll just be like, hi.
Hi.
All right.
All right.
All right.
And that's us, guys. We are your hosts, Joe Wakefield and Ryan Lang. We're a group of guys who have known each other for a long time. I mean,
that's true.
Since we were what, 12?
Something like that. It's been a long time. Middle school, right? I think it was like between 6th and 7th grade. We met in an acting class of all things. Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, a little bit of improv, a little bit of showmanship.
Yeah, it was good. I remember there was 3 ridiculous people, and I hung out with all of them, and that's what we did. But guys, you might be asking, enough about us. What about your podcast? What is this podcast? You've been off for a few weeks.
We have.
What changes have happened? What are we doing differently? And what is your podcast all about? You know what I'm going to tell you?
Yep.
I am.
You should.
So this podcast is like an Oreo. The cookie is a little bit of the spooky, a little bit of the creepy. Sometimes there's cryptozoology. Other times it's a haunting, a myth, or a legend. Then the second half, we got the little bit of the aliens, a little bit of the real world weird. That's
right.
The cookie. And then the cream in the middle, well, that is pop culture. And we're going to do a little thing called... we're calling it Earthling Pop. And what that is it's kind of like a news segment where we're going to talk about the things happening in pop culture that we like, all genre based, and just chat a little bit about it, you know? No more long reading of articles. We're just going to shoot about the main topics.
That gives me a break. I don't have to read the articles anymore. Sweet. But no, I'm looking forward to this new format. Let us know if you guys like it, because we're going to try to roll with this.
Because the show's always evolving, you know? If this doesn't work, maybe we revert back. Maybe this works out great. Maybe you guys have an idea. If you have some suggestion you want to do that, you can always hit us up at earthlingentertainmentpodcast@gmail.com.
That is the place to do it. So what's going on with you, Joe? Anything new?
Well, you know, a little bit. I'm still seeing movies every Sunday, which is the greatest development in my marriage I've ever done. Like, if you need alone time, just negotiate going to a movie by yourself once a week. I couldn't tell you more about how much I love that. But I saw 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to say for right now, because we're actually going to talk about it more in the middle of the show. But I will say that I personally enjoyed it. And was supposed to be good.
I got to see Primate.
Ooh, tell me about Primate.
So I will save that for the Oreo cream as well.
Oh, okay.
So we got 2 movies that we're going to talk about later.
You know what? Screw that. I actually have a little thing about 28 Years Later. Primate, I'm completely unprepared about. Let's just banter. Tell me about Primate, man.
All right. So I didn't know. I was on TikTok and I saw this video. I'm like, oh, this looks creepy. I'm like, oh, it must be an old movie, right?
Sure.
And someone straight up, so people need to stop doing this. So someone straight up filmed like the best scene in the movie, like in theater on their phone, and posted it, and I saw it. So I was just like, okay, well, I need to see this movie, because I was like, oh my God, like it was
what was the best scene?
It was pretty gory.
Well, the movie's been out for a while, and we'll say, hey guys, quick spoilers. Ryan's just going to describe a scene. If you don't want to hear about it, just, fast forward 30 seconds. Ryan, what was the scene?
He tears the dude's jaw off, puts his fingers in his mouth, and just
pulls down
slowly and tears it off, and then starts like mocking him, like putting it on his face, like,
oh, that's amazing.
And it was what I loved, and I knew right off the bat, as soon as I saw the chimp, I'm like, oh, they're doing animatronics, maybe probably even an actor
Sure,
inside,
sure. So it was
and
practical effects.
all practical. And
That's fantastic.
I loved it. So like you could tell it was a mechanical mask because it had expressions, and that kind of added to the creepiness of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, because there's something to be said when you see something real on screen. It just feels more real. And, CGI is getting better and better and better. If you see something in early 2000s now, it's like, oh, that's obviously fake. But, things get better. Look at Avatar, for instance. But yeah, I'm all about practical effects, man. And for those of you who don't know, we're talking about Primate. This is a new Blumhouse horror film that there is a monkey that lives with a family. It was adopted. And this monkey gets rabies and goes on a killing spree. It's basically a slasher flick.
yeah,
Or Cujo, right?
pretty much, yeah. And typical dumb teenagers that are stuck in this situation, like you are cringing half the time at their decision making
Oh yeah.
or lack thereof.
And how's the
Uh,
dialogue? I heard
Dialogue's
it wasn't great.
little clunky in between. Like I said, they're just dumb.
Yeah.
Like, they're just really dumb.
It's
And
fine, dude. I love Friday the 13th. I love Jason Voorhees, and no one's going to say that those characters were like, well, they made some great decisions.
no,
Yeah,
no.
so I'm fine with that in the movie.
No, I love the one quote where it was a stand-up comedian. Can't even remember who it was. I was younger. Just like, those kids just wanted to die in Friday the 13th movies. Like, walk in like, hello? Johnny? Come on, guys. Quit messing around. I'm going to go take a shower.
Yes, I love those movies so much. I'm not going to get on a whole big rant about it, but I will say I'm glad that they finished filming Crystal Lake, because that means
Yeah.
it actually will come out, and I assume sometime this year.
That's wonderful.
You know what else is coming out this year? Is they just released the first trailer for season 2 of Ted.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Okay, yeah, I know you really liked that first season. We watched a bit of it, and it was hilarious. I didn't watch it all.
I love that first season. So Ted is a Seth MacFarlane property. He made 2 movies with Mark Wahlberg, and it was The Talking Teddy Bear. Well, Peacock did a series that came out a year, maybe 2 years ago, and it had, I don't know, a couple episodes, 8 probably, because it's always 8 now. And it was really funny. It was like watching a prequel to the Ted movies, and season 2 looks just as funny, man. It really does.
Okay, that's good. No, and Ted 1 and 2 were so fucking great. I argue the second one was better than the first.
That's funny because most people disagree critically and financially. The second one did not do well.
I believe the second one was better in story. I believe there was more funny because I feel like we had like the antagonist of the first one was his girlfriend, right? And so we had this whole like
I mean, it was Joel McHale, the girlfriend's boss, really.
yeah. So it was like there was like a lot of, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like there was always this conflict, and I feel like with the second one, it was all fun. Like the conflict even was fun. Him trying to prove he was real.
Sure.
You know, like
Sure, but so what you're saying is the fact that the main couple was going through issues in the first movie, I don't know, rubbed you the wrong way. So
there
you
was
didn't
just
have
more negativity in the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's just
yeah.
a little bit more downer in the first. In the second one, it was all funny. Like it was all hilarious to me. Like I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it.
Hey,
And
fair enough.
you were just saying about things that are coming out. I don't know if we talked about it before, but I've talked about Knights of the Old Republic so many times.
Sure.
It's like my favorite video game, the first, second one.
Yeah, so in the early 2000s, I made a Star Wars RPG called Knights of the Old Republic, and it is arguably the best Star Wars game ever made.
And they are now doing what's called Fate of the Old Republic, and there's just a small teaser trailer. It's just cinematic, so it's no gameplay, but it gives me hope. It gives me hope because they've canceled doing this so many times.
Well, they have people who worked on the original game, so that's good. They say it's a spiritual successor. Now, here's the one thing that you have to remember. This is a video game. It's not a show, it's not a movie. They've announced a video game. This is not going to come out until like 2029.
I know.
Or like 2030. This is not like, dude, think about when did they tell you that they were going to do Elder Scrolls 6?
Too long ago.
And
Way
went,
too
yeah,
long
like
ago.
more than 5 years, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, I
And
hope it happens. But
All I know is I looked up the director because I watched the teaser trailer again today for Fate of the Old Republic, and it looks like it's being led by the dude who did like the Mass Effect games for BioWare. So
Right on. Well, except for the divisive ending to the trilogy, that was a great game series.
I only enjoyed the first one. I remember the second one, I lost interest. I don't know what happened. I never finished those games.
I think the second one was my favorite, and then I never played the third. I just was playing other games. It just, didn't happen.
I guess.
I'm replaying Fallout 4 right now.
Me too. Oh
That's
my God.
funny, yeah. Probably because of the show, right? Oh man, I
I'm
love
not
the
even
new
watching
season.
the show.
Oh, the new season's good, but if you're not watching it, we will talk about it.
But no, I'm excited because it's funny because I just finished playing Fallout New Vegas just because I retro play all the time.
And you're not watching the show. This whole
And I'm not
second
even- I
season is
know.
New Vegas.
I know. And now they're saying February 4th they're gonna ghost drop Fallout 3, possibly even Fallout New Vegas remaster the way that they did with Oblivion.
I believe they're going to do Fallout 3, but I think Fallout New Vegas is going to take a little bit longer. And I have nothing to base that on. I just feel like they're going to get more bang for their own buck if they separate the releases.
I
know what
agree.
mean?
I
'Cause there are
agree.
people who can't afford to buy them both right off the bat.
I heard Fallout 3 for sure, but I heard rumor that they might also do New Vegas just to be like, because it's like the same exact, I don't know, how do you call it, engine or whatever. Like it, once they
It's
do
essentially
one,
the same game at
they
that point.
yeah, they can literally do the next one.
Right
Like,
on.
you know what I mean? But no, very exciting things coming up with TV and video games.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know.
I don't know. But I feel like that's enough of pop culture till we get to that middle stuff, and let's just go to the spooky. Guys, the main part of this show, the bread and butter, if you will, is a little thing we like to call spooky stuff. Now, in this segment of spooky stuff, we could talk about anything, but we usually talk about a cryptid. Sometimes there's hauntings and, like I've said, myths and legends and blah, 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 blah. But we kind of like the cryptid train. And today is no different. We have a Romanian anthropomorphic dragon type cryptid, and Ryan's going to tell you all about it on this week's Spooky Stuff.
The Zmeu, a strange being in Romanian and Slavic folklore that defies typical categorization and description, is called the Zmeu. It comes from Romanian and Slavic folklore, cultures rich in tales of magic and the supernatural, with creatures often deadly to humans. Stories of the Zmeu blend elements from diverse cultural landscapes distinctly from Eastern European folklore. Adding to the complexity of unraveling the Zmeu is its occasional conflation with the Russian Zmei, another dragon-like creature from Slavic mythology.
But it's different, and if you mix them up based on one letter, then you are a fool.
That's right. The Zmei is very different from the Zmeu. The Zmeu is a shapeshifter, and its physical descriptions vary from story to story, sometimes appearing dragon-like and sometimes eerily human.
Sometimes a little bit of both. Sometimes a little Vecna thrown in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little too
Little-
Vecna.
Little.
The Zmeu of Romanian...
That was good. That was
Thank you,
good. Yeah.
thank you.
Sorry.
The Zmeu of Romanian stories is often depicted with a blend of human and supernatural qualities, making for a creature that stands out in folklore. It is more than an embodiment of natural forces, more than a moral allegory. It's a character with ambiguous motivations.
Don't we all have ambiguous motivations, Ryan?
We do.
I mean, I think so. You don't know why, but I have plans and plots.
Ambiguously. Considering the blend of traditions mentioned, it's easy to see why the Zmeu defies typical categorization and simple definition. So, given the complex origins, depending on where the story originates, there's a distinct split in descriptions of the Zmeu. In some, the Zmeu resembles dragons, destructive and feared, sometimes benevolent, and at times even guarding treasures or knowledge.
Dude, all dragons guard treasure. That's like their thing.
It's like, yeah, what is it? We guard that which humanity covets. Because he had a bunch of ectopacks in Rick and Morty. Like he had a bunch. He's like, what the heck?
Yeah. Oh man, or Smog.
Yeah, Smaug.
Smog.
So there are even descriptions of the Zmeu with a luminous gemstone in its head. Other stories describe the Zmeu as anthropomorphized, more humanoid, highly intelligent, cunning, and capable of speech.
Yeah, think of the species from Baldur's Gate.
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, it's a dun. It's a. I wish I knew off the top of my head, but it's a Dungeons and Dragons character class. But an anthropomorphic dragon person pretty much says it all.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, like a.
Like a reptilian. Like
I was
a
going to say
lizard dude.
reptilian. I think Dragonborn is actually even a class in Dungeons and Dragons, which is basically just.
You know, that
reptilian.
could be exactly what I'm talking
It
about.
could- it
I
could
don't know.
be.
It's been a very long time since I.
So, unlike the more dragon-like descriptions, these Zmeu interact with humans in ways that are more than simply terrorizing them. They sometimes form relationships. Some descriptions say that the
Is there,
Zmeu...
hold on. Can I
What?
say something that how conceited is humanity? Like just in general, like us as a people, because all of our folklore, we think everyone wants to fuck us. Like that is the bottom line. They're like Greek mythology is like Zeus came down as a swan and just went at it.
He sure did.
I'm just saying, we think every like other creature looks at humans and go, yeah.
It was a having a sexy kind of time back then too. So I think
I don't know.
it was just kind of
I just think we're a conceited species.
I can't. That's a funny thing to point out. You're not even wrong, right?
Yeah,
That's
right?
what it always says too.
Yeah.
Some descriptions say that the Zmeu is like a human body covered in scales, possessing a snake's tail and large bat-like wings. Another accounts say it's more of a bird's body with a human head and a snake tail.
Okay, little dinosaur in there. Got
Yeah.
some feathers now.
In still other tales, the Zmeu is described as a giant human, sometimes with a rocky tail, that eats normal-sized humans. And to confuse matters even more, another description says a slightly taller, thicker-bodied human.
So it's either a scaly dragon man
Uh-huh.
or a really tall fat guy.
A or B?
Gary, were you drunk when you saw this?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Really, though, it's the stories of the Zmeu that stand out. Tales of Zmeu. Here are two well-known stories of Zmeu that illustrate just how different the creature may appear. The first tale, the story of Fat Frumos and the Zmeu, comes from Romanian folklore. It's about Fat Frumos, an archetypal hero who often encounters a Zmeu in his adventures.
I know what you guys are thinking, but he was overweight for sure. But this was a PH. He was just happening guy.
That's right. That's right.
That dude's fat. Was that 90s or 80s, that slang?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I think it was like maybe 90s. Hey, you're fat with a P.
Yeah, the PH.
Yeah.
I used to spell fuck like that because I thought it was funny.
That is funny. That's great. You should
Thank you.
continue to do that, Joe.
Excellent.
The second tale, the golden apple and the 9 peahens comes
The
from
9 peons?
The peons comes from Slavic folklore, and it's about a king and his 3 sons. In
It was peons. All right.
peons.
Yeah.
In versions of this story, the Zmeu is often depicted as a dragon or a giant. Fat Frumos is a term from Romanian folklore, and it translates roughly to handsome son or beautiful youth. The term fat refers to son or youth, and Frumos means handsome or beautiful.
Okay, so fat means son?
So fat means son or youth.
All right, so he's like, beautiful, beautiful boy.
It's like, boy, is that kid fat.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really young.
Oh, that's
Let's bring
interesting.
that
So he's
back.
a young, beautiful boy. And then that one over there is my other boy. His name is Gary, which translates to ugly shit.
Fuck you, Gary.
Prodigal son indeed.
That's right. That's right. Try to prove his worth indeed. In Romanian myths and fairy tales, Fat Frumos is the archetype of the hero, often characterized by his bravery, strength, and virtue. He is typically the center figure in these stories, embarking on quests and overcoming various challenges, often for justice, love, over the pursuit
American way.
of righting wrongs.
Sam Eagle.
That's right. His character
He kind of seems like a
resembles-
Hercules type.
He's the Prince Charming archetype in many Western fairy tales.
That's pretty fun. It's like the Red Sonja of the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. The story of Fat Frumos and the Zmayu. In the land of rolling hills and deep forests, where the line between myth and reality is as thin as a spider's silk, a young prince named Fat Frumos lived. He was the pride of his kingdom, known for his bravery, kindness, and unwavering sense of justice. Fat Frumos' life was peaceful and prosperous until a great calamity befell the land. One fateful evening, under a moonlit sky, a terrible Zmayu, a fearsome creature, both dragon and man, descended from the clouds. With its fiery breath and immense strength, it wreaked havoc upon the kingdom, stealing away the most precious treasure of the realm, the king's beautiful daughter, the beloved princess.
See? Everything wants to fuck us. Sorry, continue.
You're coming with me.
What was it? There's a movie called Your Highness, and it was like a James Franco movie.
I remember Your Highness.
Yeah, right. And so it was a silly spoof of a fantasy movie. But anyways, the villain had this ritual at the end, which he kept calling the fucking. And I've never laughed more in my life in a theater, is all I'm saying.
I laughed more at him.
Prepare for the fucking.
Like, what are you doing? I'm cutting off its horn. I want the Minotaur horn because I want a prize. She's like, you can't cut a Minotaur horn. Well, I need a prize. So he cuts off its penis and he wears it.
You know what's funny is that movie, which as much as I enjoy, is such a slice of a time. Like, I don't think they're gonna make that movie today. Is all I'm saying.
No, I'm afraid not.
That
Joe.
was back when James Franco was a lot of fun to watch, and you didn't have to think about how creepy he was in real life and feel guilty about it.
You know, the more you know.
The more you know. Oh my God, growing up is horrifying. All your heroes are scum. Listen, if anyone can put power over someone else, they're doing it. Everything that you believe in is wrong, and all your dreams will be shattered. Middle-aged thoughts.
The kingdom was thrown into despair.
And that's why.
But Joe Wakefield, burning with righteous fury, Fat Frumos, burning with righteous fury, vowed to rescue the princess and restore peace. He embarked on his quest, riding his trusty steed, armed with nothing but his courage and a magical sword, given to him by a wise hermit.
Fucking ass out.
What is
He's
this,
just
Link?
raw dogging that.
What is this, Zelda?
What?
Where it's like, oh, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. And he gives you the sword,
That's good.
which shoots the magic beams when your health is full.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was going to make a whole joke about he's riding naked, but yours was better. Go ahead.
Link, he come
Come
to
to
town.
Come to save
the Princess
You
Zelda.
can't sing that. I don't want to be demonetized.
Fat Frumos journeyed through enchanted forests, crossed treacherous mountains, and faced numerous trials. He battled fierce beasts and overcame cunning traps laid by the Zmayu, each challenge testing his resolve and bravery. Finally, Fat Frumos reached the Zmayu's lair, a dark castle hidden in the clouds, guarded by nightmarish creatures. The Zmayu, seeing the young prince, laughed a thunderous laugh and challenged him to combat,
Smacked him right in the face with a leather glove.
confident in his own invincibility. The battle was fierce and long. The Zmayu's strength was unmatched, its skin impervious to mortal weapons. But Fat Frumos, guided by his pure heart and the wisdom of his ancestors, found the creature's weakness. With a mighty blow from his magical sword, he struck the Zmayu down, its fiery breath extinguishing like a candle in the wind.
Did that just feel hypersexual to anyone else?
A little bit. I tried my best.
Oof. Let me tell you guys, sweating after that tale.
That's right. All right, I'm sweating. Giving me the vapors.
Holy shit.
We're just gonna go ahead and ignore that sudden thud.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine, just
There
fine.
might be zombies outside the studio. We're not sure. It's just a loud noise. You guys couldn't hear it because
Well-
there's a little noise reduction button.
We'll cross that bridge if we come.
Yeah, what was I? I was like, yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, we'll see about later, but right now.
Right now, it's fine.
Yep.
Fat Frumos freed the princess from her enchanted prison, and together they journeyed back to the kingdom. The land rejoiced at their return, celebrating the fall of the Zmeu and the bravery of Fat Frumos. The story of Fat Frumos and the Zmeu became a legend, a tale told and retold through generations. It reminded the people of the power of courage and righteousness, the eternal struggle between light and darkness, and the hero within each heart that dares to stand against the world's dragons.
It makes sense, man. It's one of the 7 stories. This is like man versus monster.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I mean,
I could take on a dragon.
no, seriously, no. Like, think about it. You can go even say Mario is a version of this. Like, it's literally a
Yeah.
hero going to an adventure, fighting a dragon,
A turtle
saving
dragon.
a princess.
Crazy turtle dragon.
It's the same fucking thing, man.
Just saying.
You heard it here. This is all Mario.
Or Zelda.
Ooh.
Mario Zelda.
Oh
It's a
my god.
mix.
I have some things to talk about Zelda later, and I believe I've spoken about Mario. Oh, guys. So I've had this run-on joke on this show where anytime the Super Mario Brothers movie comes out, I say the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie is the greatest movie of a generation. And I want everyone to know that I do truly believe that. However, we are retiring that joke. I will no longer bring it up. It is just not going to happen. Don't worry. And Ryan and I have made a deal. I will no longer say that joke, and Ryan is no longer going to compare Avatar: The Last Airbender to being the sequel or prequel series to Captain Planet. So here's
Fine.
here's your last time, Ryan. Go ahead.
It is.
Go-
And it was really creative. They did a great job. Avatar is a great prequel, and I don't understand like what you got against it.
All right. So now that we're done annoying each other with those jokes, we've agreed to never say them again. Moving on.
The Golden Apple and the 9 Peons.
Okay, the Golden Apple and the 9 Peons. This is a different story.
Correct.
Excellent. Ooh, Golden Apple, 9 Peons. It can't be peons. I know you're saying it wrong, because in my head I'm saying peons, like you're peeing on something. What are you saying?
I don't know. It's spelled Peahens, and I honestly don't know what that is.
All right, we should have Googled that, but continue.
Once upon a time, thousands of years. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. Once upon a time, in a realm woven from the threads of dreams and the whispers of the night.
Oh, that's fucking poetry.
I know. There lay a magnificent kingdom. In the heart of this kingdom stood a grand palace, home to a wise and benevolent king. This king had a garden famed throughout the lands, where he grew a tree that bore golden apples.
Nice.
Every morning,
Wait, hold on. Do you think this is like a mistranslation where it's like it wasn't actually solid gold apples? They were just yellow apples. He had a nice
I was
tree.
thinking, I thought that too, honestly.
Because I bought a bag of golden apples. They ain't bad. Or is it some King Midas shit? I don't know. We'll assume for the sake of it being a legend, we're talking actual gold.
I'll go with that. Yeah. Every morning, the king would find that one apple had been taken during the night. Intrigued and troubled by this mystery, the king entrusted the task of discovering the thief to his 3 sons. The 2 elder princes took their turns, but succumbing to sleep, failed to solve the mystery. On the 3rd night, it was the youngest prince's turn. Unlike his brothers, he stayed vigilant throughout the night. As the moon reached its zenith, the prince witnessed a marvel. 9 radiant and otherworldly peons flew into the garden. Their feathers. So it must be
So it's a bird thing.
must be like a kind of
A
hen.
harpy.
Like,
All right,
yeah,
we
a
gotta
harpy.
Google this.
Their
Pull out your phone.
feathers-
No. We gotta Google this. Pull out your phone real quick.
Okay,
What the hell's a peon?
we're looking this up.
We're doing this in real time. All right. Here, I'm gonna insert music now.
So a peahen is a female peafowl. So I think I was right. It was like peahen. I was right the first time I said it.
Oh.
Ha ha!
Excellent.
So the peahen.
Wait a minute. So to be clear, it's just a female fowl, and fowl as in bird, so it's just a bird.
Having drabber colors and a shorter tail than the male. Now we're learning about peahens.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. That's not what I thought we were gonna find out it was. but
Me either.
continue.
I was I was
So
expecting.
now with that context, start that paragraph over.
So, As the moon reached its zenith, the prince witnessed a marvel. 9 radiant and otherworldly peahens flew into the garden, their feathers shimmering like starlight. Each of them settled to feast upon the fruits, but the 9th, more splendid than the rest, transformed into a beautiful princess and picked a single golden apple. Struck by her beauty and grace, the prince fell instantly in love. The next night, he decided to follow the peahens. His quest led him to a distant land, where the peahens disappeared into a shimmering lake. Eager to find the princess, the prince sought the counsel of an old, wise woman.
All right. I'm into this.
Guided by her wisdom, he traveled to a mountaintop where he found a magical horse and set of splendid armor. That was a lucky find.
This also feels like Zelda.
Armed with these,
You got a horse.
the prince set off to find the princess. He journeyed far and wide, facing trials that tested his courage and resolve. Eventually, he discovered a magnificent palace where the princess lived. However, this palace was under the shadow of a fearsome Zmayu. Remember those?
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Yes.
A cunning and
Dragon dudes.
cunning and powerful creature. The Zmayu had enchanted the princess, binding her to his will. Undeterred, the prince, with the help of his magical horse.
His magical whores?
His magical horse.
Ah, yeah, that makes more sense. Because, I mean, why would you need a princess if you had a magical whore?
That's right. It's like, what? You know what?
She can perform tricks on stage and in the bed, Ryan.
I'm not going to lie. This is like a lot of trouble, and I got this girl right here. So I'm out. Oh my gosh. So, however, so the flight. So yes, his magical horse.
I really fucked you up on that one, right?
With the help of his magical horse, confronted the Zmayu. Sorry, yes, you did. Confronted the Zmayu in a battle that shook the heavens. The fight was long and perilous, but the prince's pure heart and bravery triumphed. With the Zmayu defeated, the enchantment was broken. The princess, now free, revealed her true form as the queen of the peahens. Grateful and filled with love, she agreed to return with the prince to his kingdom. Their return was met with great joy and celebration. The prince and the queen of the peahens were married, and their love brought peace and prosperity to the land.
Okay, so in my head, there's this dude who's pulling up on a horse, and he's just got this bird on his shoulder. I'm gonna marry this bird. Like, I mean, she's the queen of the birds, the peahens, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, is it just a woman who just happens to be like a bird lady? Like, did he come
from time to time?
Did he come home with the old woman from Home Alone 2: Escape from New York? Did he?
I think he did.
Or is it a peahen?
Peahen. She's the queen of the peahens.
I love these fantasy stories. It feels like there's so many things, video games, fantasy movies, everything, comic books, that are based on these very basic stories of like magical adventure. Save the princess. Here's a horse. Here's your magic armor. Hooray!
Yeah, it follows everything. Like I said, everything was a Nintendo game. Like almost everything.
Oh.
Like including golden apples. Like that was a thing. That was in Donkey Kong, wasn't it? Wasn't there like golden fruit and stuff?
I know. No, not at all. I don't think there was anything like that. Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay. Maybe just bananas.
I don't know if there was fruit in Donkey Kong. I think you just had Mario.
There was totally fruit in Donkey
Mario
Kong.
was just climbing up ladders and had hammers to avoid barrels and trying
Oh,
to,
no.
get
I
to
mean
the
like
top.
Donkey Kong, like country.
Oh, well, you got to say that. They're completely different games.
Oh, sorry. That's what I meant. Like the Donkey Kong
yes,
game.
there were bananas. I don't think there...
Yes.
I know there was bananas, yes.
So, anyhow,
Anywho.
the story of the golden apple and the 9 peahens, with its trials, triumphs, and defeat of the Zmayu, became a tale told throughout the ages. It reminded those who heard of it of enduring power of love, the bravery in every heart, and the magic that dances beneath the surface of our world. Or, maybe it's all 100% factual, and the
Maybe.
entire idea that these stories are metaphors for morality is entirely false.
That would
Wouldn't
be awesome. them.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I have a thing though, Ryan. So correct me if I'm wrong. That last story was 3 sons of a king that are like staying up at night because they're trying, like they have a golden apple tree and golden apples get taken away. So they're like, well, who's doing this? He sits there, a bunch of birds show up, and then one of them is,
Becomes hot as hell.
Yeah, I assume is like a princess hottie. She takes an apple and then she leaves. But then when he gets there, she's in a castle and being trapped by this dragon dude. So is the dragon dude forcing her in captivity and making her steal the golden apples for him? Or is she taking them for himself? Because it just feels weird because she's just stealing shit. Like, what happened to all those golden apples? Be like, it's great that you found this beautiful woman and saved her from a dragon, but like, I just got a question as to what the motivation. Like,
well,
why are you stealing apples?
As a father of a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old, I'm also going to say that this story is probably bullshit, and the youngest one has been stealing them every night, and he's like, Dad,
These golden birds.
These peahens came in. One of them became like totally hot. She was all about me, Dad, and
she was all
she
about me.
She ate an apple, man. I saw her take the apple.
just
I
said she
followed her to, and I defeated his mayo. So, the kingdom's good. It's total bullshit. She was eating your apples, Dad. But
Well, we have never actually established if these were solid gold apples or just yellow apples.
I mean, yeah, that wouldn't even taste good.
Well, I mean,
just eating
gold
gold.
Schlager.
I don't know. Some people eat they put like gold flakes and stuff.
That's horrifying. Remember that dude who ate silver so much he turned blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
He's dead now.
Moving on.
The legacy of the Zmeyu. Both of these stories are rich in symbolism and contain moral lessons. The Zmeyu represents chaos, evil, or a challenge to be overcome by the hero. These tales have been told and retold through generations, often with variations in different regions. They are integral parts of the cultural heritage of these areas, reflecting the values, fears, and aspirations of the people who tell them. However, these aren't the only tales of the Zmeyu, not by a long shot.
Not by a long shot indeed, you silly sons of bitches.
There are so many stories of the Zmeyu told throughout different regions of Eastern Europe, which each with its own unique twists and descriptions of the Zmeyu.
Haha, Bruce Willis was dead. Bet you didn't know that.
The broad range of stories.
Not in real life. I was making a Sixth Sense reference. Continue.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't
know.
No one
Yeah, but he just had a hard time. I don't want to put it out there that he's dead. He's not dead as far as I know.
And looking back, I feel terrible that I didn't catch it. It's like, wow, I just really thought that everybody just didn't like talking to this man. Like the whole movie, he's just his wife everyone ignores him.
And, You're still talking about Sixth Sense?
Yes.
Okay.
The broad range of stories leaves the Zmeyu somewhat
like a 26-year-old, 27-year-old movie
yes,
now.
It is. And it can't quite be pinned down to anything specific unless you look at it from a more local cultural standpoint. It's important to preserve stories like these, as they are not only remnants of the past, but also living narratives that continue to shape our understanding of the world around us. Tales from our ancestors carry hope, fears, and wisdom through generations, and by keeping them alive, we retain a vital link to our own history. The Zmeyu.
The Zmeyu.
The Zmeyu.
And that there is this week's spooky stuff.
The Zmeyu.
Yeah, I think we killed it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a new one. Joe threw this one together for me. So it's been a while since I got to read blind. It was fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I will say that your reading of those legends was top-notch, sir.
Thank you.
I tip my hat to you.
I appreciate it, because, I got a bit of a dry throat thing going on. It's very, very cold here in Michigan today, guys. Oh, holy crap.
I think it was when I took the dog out this morning, it was 5, and I'm 5 degrees.
Dude, I'm driving
I feel like Canadians are laughing. They're like, yeah, that's cold.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty cold, eh? Really? How'd you possibly stand it, eh? But no, for real. I literally had frozen droplets on my front windshield. I have an hour drive to work. I drove at 4:30 this morning. I had the heat on full blast on defrost. Nothing.
The droplets stayed there.
They stayed frozen the entire drive.
Like, no, we got outside wind blowing us, keeping us
Good.
frozen, man.
Dude,
They didn't even like start to
Nope.
fall. No,
Nope.
I feel like that isn't. I feel like that's scientifically impossible. I'm gonna call you a filthy liar, but it's fine.
I'm telling you, I should have scraped the windshield before I left.
Oh
I had
no.
to deal with them the whole way.
Oh no. Yeah, my wife is from Southern California. It's where we met, and so she's only had a few winters, and learning how to drive in the snow and everything. It's been a journey for her.
It is a
She's really
skill.
good at it now. I gotta be honest.
It's something you got to learn. You got to spin out a couple times. You figure it out.
It's true.
Calling all comic fans, it's time to feed your brain at Green Brain Comics, where the freshest new issues, graphic novels, and manga hit the shelves every week. Whether you're looking for the hottest new series or the latest small press sensation, we've got it all. Every genre for every age, Green Brain Comics is your one-stop shop for all things graphic storytelling. Got questions? Our friendly staff knows their stuff. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the world of comics, we've got recommendations that'll keep you coming back for more. And don't forget to check out our special events. Green Brain Comics is not just a store, it's a community. Located in East Downtown Dearborn, we are at Green Brain Comics on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Shop online at greenbraincomics.com, and remember to feed your brain at Green Brain Comics.
And guys, with that, we have made it through the first cookie. Now for the creamy center. Enjoy!
Now it's time for Earthling Pop, talking everything Earth pop culture.
Basically, guys, I'm going to go through some of the headlines and stories that are happening right now, and me and Ryan are going to chat a little bit about them. And if you have any of your own thoughts, opinions, or feelings, feel free to hit us up on any of the social medias or comment on, pretty much anything, really.
That's
and
right.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, for the news coming out of pop culture world is Godzilla Minus Zero releases November 6th in North America. So we finally got a release date. This is, of course, a direct sequel to Godzilla Minus One. Ryan, did you like Godzilla Minus One?
I did. I thought it was a great watch. It was a great movie. I didn't really rush to watch it again, but it was good.
Fair enough. I don't know how many Godzilla movies I ever really rushed to watch, but Godzilla Minus One, it had a pretty modest budget. I don't know off the top of my head. I think it was like 5 or 10 million, and it made a great profit based on that budget. So hey, it got a sequel, and I'm excited. I'll watch the next one.
Me too.
I will say that I bought it on digital, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have bought it on physical media or just saw it on Netflix for the simple fact of I like the option of going to subtitles or dubbed, and for some reason when I bought it digitally, I only had the one option.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that makes sense.
I like, personally, I read the subtitles and I do that first because I get a feel for like the real language. But then if I have a casual watch where I'm doing other things, dubbed is good.
I think I did it dubbed. I don't care either way, but I think I did it dubbed.
All right. Well, our next thing, Ryan, are you a fan of the HBO medical drama The Pit?
No.
I didn't think you were, but it's doing really well. Noah Wile's in it, and he was in a great series that is up your alley called Falling Skies. It's Walking Dead with aliens. That Falling Skies. It's great.
Well,
It's a
damn.
post-apocalyptic kind of war thing. But anyways, he played a character on ER back in the day, and they were going to make a sequel series to ER, and they couldn't get the rights with Michael Crichton's estate worked out, so they ended up changing enough and making it its own story. Instead of Chicago, it's in Pittsburgh. It's called The Pit, but it's basically ER 2.0, and it's doing quite well. My wife is a huge fan, but it has been renewed for season 3, which is a big deal because season 2 pretty much has one episode out.
I used to watch ER, so I actually might know him from that because my mom was obsessed with that. So that was always on.
Did you watch? Did you ever watch The Librarian?
No.
No. Okay. Well, Noah Wyle, he's done a lot. But I think you might know him. He was in Donnie Darko. He had a really small part in Donnie Darko.
I would recognize him from Donnie Darko.
Excellent. Well, anyways, good for The Pit. Now, for a really awesome piece of news, number 3 is Ryan. You know how Scooby-Doo always has different versions of itself. Every couple years we get a new cartoon or a movie or a made-for-TV movie. They even had like a Daphne and Velma movie that was like a tween thing that came out a few years ago. Zoinks indeed. Well, we have something new coming out. They're doing, and I will say finally, a Scooby-Doo anime series in 2027. So if you like your do all anime, you're in for a treat.
Scooby it all up.
Scooby it all up. I actually am a fan of Scooby-Doo.
I never was. I don't know what it is.
Right? And guys, if you can't tell, the reason why Ryan has so many opinions on these things is why we've moved away from doing full articles.
I don't know. What can I say? You know, I like what I like. What
Yeah,
can I say?
that's totally fine. I'll cover the pop culture stuff, fine. But I am a fan of Scooby-Doo. I think the 1998 animated film Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island is probably the best thing Scooby-Doo's ever done. I did like the 4 live-action films, the 2 with, of course, Matthew Lillard, but then they recasted them for a Cartoon Network made-for-TV movie, and they had a sequel to that one as well. And those weren't bad either. You know, I've always been a fan of Scooby-Doo just kind of in general. And then Courage the Cowardly Dog became an extension of that because it was kind of like our version of Scooby-Doo for when we were kids. So,
It makes sense. It was so twisted. It was it was arguably pretty frightening.
Yeah, well, Courage the Cowardly Dog is definitely, it felt more adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Scooby-Doo has gotten silly and kiddie, and then there's been some adult versions. You know, they even had that Velma series that everyone hated. I liked it. I really did like it. It was fun. Mindy Kaling did that. She made people would call it. She purposely seemed like she was trying to piss people off. Like she was like, all right, well, you know, Norville, which is Shaggy's real name, we're gonna call him Norville. We're gonna make him black. He's not gonna smoke pot. We're gonna make Daphne an Asian girl who is gay. We're going to make Fred a rich kid who's kind of an asshole. Scooby is an acronym for a government project. There's a lot of interesting things. I don't know. I liked it. I digress. The point is, Scooby-Doo animated series coming in 2027.
Here we go.
You ready? Would you watch it, Ryan? Would you watch an episode with me? I want to cover it for the show.
If you wanted to, I would.
Fuck yeah. I don't know if I will, but thanks. All right, guys. Well, number 4 is Sigourney Weaver joins Amazon Prime's Tomb Raider series. And not only that, they've also recently released a picture of Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones as the titular character, Lara Croft.
She looks good.
She does. Well, first of all, let's start with number 1. How do you feel about Sigourney Weaver joining?
I'm for it. I love Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, me too. Sigourney Weaver's done so much. Okay, so just in the last couple months, she was in Dust Bunny, which is a fantastic film. Mads Mikkelsen's in it. I don't want to talk about that one. I want you guys to go out and see that one, and then we'll talk about that one later. But she was also in Avatar: Fire and Ash. She's just in
Cabin in the Woods.
Well, no, I'm talking about recent stuff. Mandalorian and Grogu coming out this year.
That's
so,
right.
you know, she's working. But you are right. She was also in Cabin in the Woods.
That's right.
Yeah,
she
it's
I
fantastic.
don't know. She's like a good suit.
She is.
Like, wasn't she in the Harrison Ford movie Air Force One? Wasn't she the vice president?
No, I think that was Glenn Close.
Oh, damn!
I think
I do get them mixed up. I think
they look completely
They're
different.
I don't know
You
why.
are not good at this pop culture stuff, sir.
Good for a laugh, though.
Good for a laugh. But Sigourney Weaver joining the Amazon Tomb Raider series is awesome. And now let's get to Sophie Turner. Now, I wasn't super stoked when she got cast simply because I don't know. I always liked Tomb Raider property. I like the games. I have all the comics, like literally all 50 of the Top Cow comics. I was thinking about selling them in a set at some point. It's like pretty dope. But the point is, she looks good. The image they've released looks straight out of the game. She has the what is it? The blue kind of tank top with the vests and all the guns and the sunglasses with the one piece of hair over her face.
She's got like the hip holsters, and she's got like the shoulder harness.
Yeah, I mean, she looks
the red circular sunglasses.
Yeah, I mean, she looks like Lara Croft. I wonder how the show will be. We'll see. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is doing it, and she's the one who did Fleabag. She was the Indy's assistant or the goddaughter in the newest Indiana Jones. But anyway, she's the showrunner, I believe. And so we'll see. So far, everything I'm seeing looks good. You got Sigourney Weaver joining. Sophie Turner looks very much like Laura. So cool.
Yeah, cool.
Did you like any of those Lara Croft movies? Any of them? Like the Angelina Jolie or the...
I didn't watch any of them. I did play the original Lara Croft video game for like back in like the late 90s, like the really terrible boxy one. Like
it's not really terrible. It was top of the line when it came out, man. I'd hindsight nowadays, yes, it doesn't hold up.
I remember as a kid, like all I would do is you could like start in her mansion and I would just jump off the tallest of the staircase, and I'd break her neck.
It's really funny because you're basically you never got past the tutorial.
I really didn't do much.
Yeah. So you never really played it. I guess I was a bigger fan of the comics. They recently did a Haley Atwell starring Netflix series, which I believe had 2 seasons, so that's over. And that was good too. And then when they rebooted it in 2013, I think it was Squaresoft. When they rebooted it, I like that series too. So pretty much I'm a big fan of all these Tomb Raider things, and I'm eagerly preparing.
Excellent.
Excellent. All right, so number 5. This is what I wanted to talk a little bit about you. A little bit about with you. So 28 years later, The Bone Temple. It underperformed at the box office, unfortunately. Over its opening weekend, it made so when I looked at it, it was 15 million on IMDb Pro, but I was corrected and someone told me it was closer to 13 million. And that is a 58% drop from 28 years later, which debuted only a few months earlier. So bit of a downward trajectory. Not what you want to see in a franchise. However, even though it didn't make a lot of money, this one people like a lot more. So the critics, as of recording, they have given it a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience score is a 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I'll tell you right off the bat, I really enjoyed this film. I actually enjoyed it better than the first one. The first one being the first 28 years later. It's kind of weird, this film franchise, because 28 Days Later is a zombie film, essentially, and 28 Weeks Later is a zombie film, essentially. But 28 years later is more of like a survival after an apocalyptic event where, yeah, there are some zombies, but it's about so much more. And also 28 years later and 28 years later, The Bone Temple, it's one movie. It's like Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. It's very connected. And while both films have a self-contained narrative, there's just, it's very connected. Ralph Fiennes does such an amazing job in the film. So in the third act of The Bone Temple, I won't give anything away story-wise. I will say there's this part where they're playing an Iron Maiden song, and Ralph Fiennes is, for lack of a better word, putting on a hell, if you've seen the movie, you get what I'm saying, of a show. And it's just, I thought of you, Ryan. It's the most metal thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, 666, the number of the beast. And he's throwing fire around and looking like, and I just, holy shit. If you don't like the movie, you're going to love that scene.
I always appreciate some Maiden.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, good stuff. But, that's it. I give it, I hope it picks up. I hope word of mouth makes it so it can make more money.
Well, yeah, my coworker, he was telling me about it, and he said exactly what you just said, that it was way better than the last one. It was really good. And I'll admit, he even told me about the Iron Maiden scene. He came up, he was like, oh, you love it. I'm like, yeah.
You would love it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very metal. Okay, so it's not giving. I'm trying to think of like what I can say about the film because I don't want to straight out spoil it. It came out this weekend, and even though this episode will come out Thursday, that's still only a few days in theaters. So what I'll say is, the main characters follow a group of people, and they're in the cult of Jimmy, and they are a survivor group with ill intent. And they do some gruesome things, and our main boy named Spike from the last film gets roped up into this cult of Jimmy, and throughout the film, they go on their horribly depraved, disgusting misadventures until they come across Ralph Fiennes' character at the Bone Temple, and it's a very good film. It talks about faith in a way, and what that. And it's funny in this case, faith in Satan, not God, but still, it covers faith. It covers belief and devotion, and what it means to survive. And they did some stuff. I like it. And at the very, very, very end, and this is not a spoiler because everyone's already talking about it. There's Nerdist reports on it. Everyone already knows. Cillian Murphy, the lead of the first film, 28 Days Later, is in like the last scene of the film, and you get to see that character, what he's become since that first movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just one scene. It is nothing. It might as well be like a post-credit scene. It's not anything that adds or takes away to the movie. It says, this is what could come next if we make enough money. And considering it didn't make enough money, I don't know if we'll get what comes next.
Yeah, maybe, but like you said, maybe word of mouth, like people, if they really made a really good film, it'll speak for itself. Like it'll do the hard work for them.
Yeah, hopefully the film has legs and it can make some money. I mean, I can't imagine it was too big of a budget, but we will check that out later. Now, that brings us to number 6. And boy, does number 6 piss me off. Hey, guys, you know that Legend of Zelda movie we're all waiting for? That live-action Legend of Zelda movie we've been wanting since the 80s, and we've just like, oh, man, gimme, gimme, gimme. Well, better check it out in theaters, because after that, it'll have an exclusive streaming home on Netflix. That's right. You will only ever be able to watch it on Netflix. It'll probably never have a physical media release. You won't be able to buy it digitally. It'll never be on any other streaming program. Netflix is going to consume it and throw it in its giant bag of hodgepodge fucking viewers.
And that's where that goes. Kobe.
You know what's funny? As much as I don't like Netflix
Uh-huh.
doing what they do, right? Because I mean, I get it. It's their model. They want to have exclusive streaming. As much as I don't like it, the fact that they're going to buy Warner Brothers, and they have changed their $83 billion bid to buy Warner Brothers to an all-cash offer, which means they can streamline the process. And instead of taking maybe a year, we could have Netflix being the new owner of Warner Brothers as soon as February. And as much as I think that is bad for the industry, I will say David Ellison and Skydance owning Paramount is coming off like a bunch of little bitches. They bid and they didn't get their bid accepted. So then they whined and then they tried lawsuits and then they tried this and they tried that. They're literally like throwing a temper tantrum because Warner Brothers isn't like, no, sell it to us. So because I hate them so much, I want Netflix to win, but because Netflix winning could destroy theatrical, tough time. Anyways, Legend of Zelda is being dumped on Netflix. Enjoy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's good. I'll never forget. It was a viral, like, fake April Fool's Day video that was like a
It was like
teaser
IGN or
trailer.
something.
Yeah, and it looked awesome for Zelda, and it was a April Fool's joke. And
It was like
fooled
a
us
full
all.
3 or 4 minute trailer. They took scenes out of the game. They hired actors, and it looked like, I mean, to be honest, it probably didn't look as good as a movie, but for us, when we saw it, it did.
We were just like, oh,
Oh man, Legend of Zelda movie! I'm so excited.
That's right. Hey.
Well, see it in theaters, guys, because all we could hope for is if it makes enough money in theaters that Netflix keeps their promise after buying Warner Brothers and actually continues to release films theatrically. Right now, they're saying they're going to. So, I don't know. Here's hoping. And that will bring us to number 7. Ryan, are you a fan of music in movies? Like, scores, like John Williams, things like that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we get a real emotional charge from any time you hear like dun 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 dun. I mean, I do, or like any Harry Potter. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways,
Yeah.
Harry Potter movie franchise that was done by John Williams, but it turns out that the Harry Potter TV series, they've hired their own heavyweight to do the score, Hans Zimmer.
Who's done a lot of really, really good work.
He has. I think he was Pirates of the Caribbean, wasn't he? I think so.
I'm not entirely sure about that. I know he did Interstellar, which was like an amazing score. And he did, oh my gosh, he did the original Gladiator.
I mean, there you go. And so the only question now is this guy, Hans Zimmer, is he going to do his own thing? He's talented enough. He might just make a completely new original score. Or do you think he might take elements of the John Williams score because it's so connected with Harry Potter and then just kind of like branch off and continue and using that original score as like a baseline? What do you think, Ryan?
If he were to ask me, I'd say do your own thing.
Yeah?
I'd say just do, maybe obviously take inspiration from what John Williams did, but do your own thing. Like completely original. He can figure out how to make something sound magical,
I'm sure he can. I've always liked Hans Zimmer because what's funny is I'm a film guy, but I don't know like composers like the back of my hand. I don't like have that all just worked out. So
I know he's
but,
done so much. And
but
I really
Hans
think
Zimmer
it
is one of
too.
those names, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. All right. Well, Ryan, I'm actually going to let you kind of talk a lot about this next one because I know you're going to have some things to say. So it turns out Kathleen Kennedy has finally decided to step down as head of Lucasfilm. And the new CEOs, I should say co-CEOs of Lucasfilm, will be Dave Filoni and Lin-Win Brennan. And well, there you go, guys. What do you think of that? Now, most people don't know the name Lin-Win Brennan, but you probably are aware of Dave Filoni. He has worked on Lucasfilm for a long time. He was a heavy hand in the Clone Wars. He is the creator of the show Rebels. Many, many more. He did this Ahsoka season 1. I mean, he's been there from the beginning. He is an acolyte of George Lucas. And Ryan, I know you have thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, Dave, he's done great things, and I believe in him. But he's also, he's also still learning. You know what I mean? You could tell he's still figuring it out to really take it by the helm. But I think maybe this might be a step in the direction of helping him to do that.
Well, a co-CEO is good support, right?
Right. And oh my gosh, I always forget. Jon Favreau, he, in my opinion, has done better work. That's just my opinion than Dave Filoni. Like, whenever it's just Dave Filoni, I feel like it's missing something. I don't know. It's not bad at all.
You thought the animated series Rebels was missing something?
I take that back. Rebels was incredible.
All right. I'm just
that
saying.
was incredible.
Credit where credit is due.
Okay, then maybe I'm saying with the live action stuff. Because then when I see it's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, it's amazing. And when, because I feel like those two are such a team that, because I know they both did Mandalorian and Grogu, which is coming out this year. And
I'm looking forward to that one.
Oh my God, that's going to be the movie of the year for me.
So are you happy that this change has come with Kathleen Kennedy finally stepping down? A lot of people feel as though Kathleen Kennedy, they blame her for everything that's gone negative for Star Wars, which whether that's fair or unfair, because she has been the CEO of Lucasfilm since Disney has bought it. So anything Disney thus far has been under the stewardship of Kathleen Kennedy. So a lot of people
we've seen great things.
We've seen Andor season 2 is amazing. We both like Boba Fett, even though the internet disagrees.
Mandalorian season 1 and 2.
1 and 2 is great, and I actually like season 3. I know a lot of people didn't.
Season 3 was different, but it was good.
Dude, I like Skeleton Crew. I don't think anyone talks about Skeleton Crew. It came and went, and no one gave a crap. I
was just talking about it the other day with a coworker.
Yeah.
Like just it's Goonies in space, but but it's great.
It is.
For that reason, that kind of thing works. Look at Stranger Things, look at It. All these movies had a strong like coming of age style kind of cast.
Absolutely. I really by the way, I just finished It Welcome to Derry. Oof,
really good. Really good, right?
Really good. Surprisingly good.
Incredible, scarier than the movies.
Well, they landed it. All right, anyways. So Kathleen Kennedy stepping down, Dave Filoni, Lin-Win Brennan taking over. Good, bad, we'll see.
We'll see. Obviously, I think it was. This is good. Change is good.
Change is good, and I think we should move forward. Hopefully, we get some Old Republic on the live screen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All right. So the next thing is, so it looks like Scarlett Johansson and Sebastian Stan are going to join the Batman 2. The the one with Twilight Boy. What was his name? Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. I honestly loved The Batman.
Oh, a lot of people did. I did too. It was great.
I loved that movie.
Well, we're getting another one. And Sebastian Stan, a lot of people throwing rumors out there. Some people say he might be Talon, which is kind of the main assassin in the Court of Owls. Other people say he could be Harvey Dent. I've heard some stories that people think Scarlett Johansson could play the Phantasm in the Mask of a Phantasm version.
I actually heard they were talking about she might even be Ivy.
That will never happen. And
No?
the reason why that will never happen is simply because this isn't that kind of movie. So, James Gunn's Superman is very fantastic, right? You might have a Poison Ivy in that movie. But if you look at the Batman, this is, and the Penguin, this is a world of real people and crime and seriousness. They're not going to have magic. They're not going to have that stuff.
I mean, I could just see them having a botanist that knows poison and poison the water or something like that.
I mean, okay, but that's not Poison Ivy though. I mean, you know what I mean? I guess you could do it if you wanted to
to modernize it, to make it more in.
No, if you're gonna do Poison Ivy, she's got to be green skin. Okay, she doesn't have to be green skin, but you got to at least control plants, man.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. But I like Scarlett Johansson. I like Sebastian Stan. So Batman 2, that's cool.
Who's Sebastian Stan again?
Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I like him too.
There you go.
Sorry, I did not know his name. I don't know why, but his name sounds like you're making fun like a person named Stan. Sebastian Stan. I don't know why. It comes off weird.
That's odd.
I don't know why.
That's an odd thing, Ryan.
It's true.
All right, guys. And the final thing we're talking about today is Prime Video, Amazon Prime. They're doing a God of War series, if you were aware or if you were unaware. God of War, based on a video game. Very awesome video game. Christopher Judge plays Kratos in that. He is the gentleman who played Teal'c in Stargate SG-1. The very tall, deep-voiced black man, and awesome. Gives Kratos the gravitas. But anyways, the live-action show has cast Ryan Hurst as Kratos. So most people, I shouldn't say most people don't know his name. He's a dude who was on Sons of Anarchy.
I was going to say Sons of Anarchy.
He's been in a few things.
Wasn't he in Mockingjay? Wasn't he the silent dude?
No, that is the guy you're talking about is from the Daredevil series. He played Foggy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anywho, Ryan can't recognize actors.
Yeah, that's all right. So Ryan Hurst, guys, you can Google him if you want, but he's a biker guy. He's got like a beard. He played a mountain man in a cool show. I mean, he fits Kratos. He does. He's not as large as Kratos, but to be clear, no one is because it's a fictional character who is a god. Just throwing that out there.
It's God of War.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it is. And that wraps it up for the news on this section. But we have one other segment for you right here before we jump back into the spooky stuff. And that is...
Remember that guy? Remember that gal? Well, now they're dead.
Eric Von Daniken. We are mourning the loss of Eric Von Daniken, a true pioneer who dared to ask, was God an astronaut?
What was he?
Von Daniken passed away in a Swiss hospital on January 10th at the age of 90. He is best known for igniting a global conversation that redefined how millions looked at the cosmos in our ancient past. Since 1968 debut of his book, Chariots of the Gods, Von Daniken remained a steadfast champion of the ancient astronaut theory and was never one to shy away from his critics. In fact, in 1985, he published New Memories of the Future to address the skeptics head-on, famously noting that while he was humble enough to admit to specific mistakes, he remained certain that the foundations of his theories were unshakable. Eric Von Daniken's work was so culturally pervasive that it even earned him the first IG Nobel Prize for Literature in 1991. A nod to his unique ability to captivate the public imagination. His influence reached far beyond the printed page, shaping shows like The X-Files and Ancient Aliens. Von Daniken's vision was perhaps most visible in his theme park in Interlaken, Switzerland.
Yeah, I want to go to that theme park. Unfortunately, it's closed now. But he had an alien theme park.
That's awesome. I never knew. Though the park eventually closed as a commercial venture, it remains a poetic monument to human curiosity, a cluster of otherworldly domes and pyramids standing against the grandeur of the Swiss Alps. His dreams were always as large as the mountains themselves. Eric Von Daniken is survived by Elizabeth Skaja, his devoted wife of 65 years, their daughter Cornelia, and 2 grandchildren. As we look into the night sky tonight, we remember a man who taught us that truth is often far more wondrous than we were ever told.
So Eric Von Daniken, guys, anybody who watches Ancient Aliens is going to know who he is. Anybody who read Chariots of the Gods is going to know. He's the guy who pretty much modernized the ancient alien theory because, it's not like he was the first one to ever say, hey, I think God's an alien, but he's the one who made it public and kind of made it into what it is today. I have a bunch of his books. I got to meet him at Pasadena Alien Con. And I think Los Angeles Alien Con. It was like 2018, 2019, or 20. I don't know. But they don't do Alien Con anymore. It's kind of sad. I didn't realize it was only going to be a couple years. I'm glad I got to do 2 of them because I think they only did like 4.
Oh wow. No, yeah, it's great that you went. I love that picture of you with him. No, the guy's brought so much. Chariots of the Gods has just really opened up the floodgates for people to start disclosure, to really start asking questions, to start being comfortable to talk about this kind of subject.
Oh, yeah. Would we be doing this show if it wasn't for him? That's an interesting question. Think about that. I mean, maybe because we still like cryptozoology and other things he didn't really cover, but would we? Would we?
I imagine so. I've been into aliens, I think, before I probably knew about him.
Yeah, but
But-
here's the thing. We may not have heard about aliens in the way we have if it wasn't for him. That's what I'm saying.
And that's true.
Like the pop culture that, like, we grew up with X-Files. Like, so would we give a shit about aliens if he wasn't there to make aliens so public?
Right. And like the whole discussion of the pyramids and all that other stuff, like it really kind of comes all from him.
So, to Eric Von Daniken, I will say you had some views that I did not agree with. All right, so here's the thing. I don't want to get political. We're not political in this show. But it is kind of funny because I think it was Eyes of the Sphinx or something. I was reading a book of his and he's sitting there and he's talking about all this ancient alien stuff. And I believe this and I believe that. And then this means that. And then this Bible verse could have meant that. And there's only two genders and trans people aren't real. And then look over there.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you're just like, wait, what? And like, I'm not saying anything pro or against anybody as far as your beliefs. I'm simply saying it had nothing to do with what he was writing about. It just was so left field.
He's old.
It was, that was kind of
He's
what we
old.
chalked it up to. It's just kind of funny. It'd be like, I'm going to write a book about climbing mountains. And then in the middle be like, you know what's hot? Anime girls on throw pillows. You're just like, wait, what does that have to do with climbing Mount Everest?
It is a true statement, though.
It is a true statement. Well, I mean, ignore these pillows, Ryan. Anyways, guys, we tip our hat to Eric Von Daniken because of all the things he did for youthology, and what a cool guy. You know what I mean? Like, what a character.
Heck of an ass, too.
Anyways, it's been a while since we've done an official show, guys, and a lot of people have died since then. I don't even get them all. Here's a bunch of them.
Roger Allers, co-director of The Lion King. Grateful Dead co-founder Bob Weir. Dilbert creator Scott Adams. Musician John Forte. America's Test Kitchen chef Simone Scott. NHL legend Bob Pulford. T.K. Carter, actor in The Thing, Punky Brewster. Roger Ewing, actor on Gunsmoke. Michael Reagan, talk show host, son of Ronald Reagan. All That star Kiana Underwood. Sidney Kibrick, child actor from Our Gang. And of course, the legend, Rob Reiner.
Everybody's dying
Man.
to be on the show. Oh,
man. And some a little sooner than they should have.
Oh yeah, you know what the really sad one is? You know that All That star that you mentioned, Kiara Underwood or whatever I believe her name was.
Yeah.
She's like 30, right? She got hit by a car, it dragged for 2 blocks under the car, and then left for dead. And that happened like 2 weeks ago. And she was like 30. Isn't that fucked up, dude? That's horrible. That's horrible. You know what made me feel?
God.
You know what made me feel kind of guilty is when I found out she died because she's like 30 because of her age. I'm like, oh, well, she probably died of an OD or cancer, right? Because it's like sickness or they were into drugs. No, I mean I don't know her. Maybe she had her stuff, but she was living a normal life. She got hit by a car.
She became that dummy. Like they always
Oh
had
my
like the
God.
dummy that they would throw in the show. You know, they always had the dummy that they would dress like and just
Yes,
hilariously
yes.
like plop like
And
or
all
fly
that.
or whatever. Oh my God.
Ugh.
It came full circle.
Yeah.
She became a prop.
And I thought Rob Reiner having his son murder him and his wife with be the weirdest, most fucked up death.
It's pretty fucked up.
It is. It is. Still being dragged under the car for 2 blocks. You know, I'd prefer never. When I die, I say if, but I probably will. When I die, I don't want to be stabbed or dragged under a car, Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, I don't know. Just try to keep that from happening if you have the power.
If I have the power, Joe, I will save you.
Hooray! Or just not be the one to kill me in that way, I guess.
And I don't want to be eaten by a shark or anything really.
Yeah, and if I am gonna be eaten, I'd like to have like the first bite be like the neck, so I don't have to like be alive while being eaten. I feel like that'd be worse. Like, what's worse than being eaten is knowing that your leg is gone and the bear is going to come for more.
Yes. The bear will eat your butt. It will leave you alive. It will eat you butt first.
What was that from?
I don't know.
I feel like that actually is something.
I don't know, but I know that that's true. You want to be killed by a carnivore. Bears are omnivores. They will pick you apart while you're screaming alive. A carnivore like a cat, yeah, they're going to try to kill you first, then eat you. So at least with the cat, hopefully it'll kill you. Well, hopefully you don't get killed by a cat, but
anyways, I feel like we've lost the point that this is supposed to be honoring those who've died. Pour one out for them.
Pour one out.
I'm sorry, we're insensitive.
It's me.
Now for the final part of the show, the next cookie of spookiness. Spookiness. Here's disclosure discussion.
Disclosure discussion. Ha 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 ha. It's about aliens and stuff.
Secret government UFO program reveals paranormal events.
As one does.
This comes to us from 8newsnow.com. For 27 months, Las Vegas was UFO Central. A secret program known as AAWSAP was created in 2008 with support from Nevada Senator Harry Reid and became the largest UFO investigation ever undertaken by the U.S. government, so far as we know. But the investigators for the program, all of whom had top secret security clearances, encountered things that were far stranger than just UFOs. Phenomena that could
Stranger things?
That could be accurately described as paranormal.
Giant spiders from another dimension?
You don't say.
Sorry.
8 News Now chief investigator George Knapp was the only journalist allowed to know about AAWSAP, which stands for Advanced Aerospace Weapons System Applications Program, and spoke to the government scientist who was the program's director. Back in that era, about 2008 to 2011, Knapp heard the name Dr. James Lakatsky a few times, mostly in hushed whispers. Knapp finally met him face-to-face on St. Patrick's Day in 2018 at a meeting in Washington arranged by Senator Reid. That's when Knapp received a full download about AAWSAP that stunned him.
Just fucking stunned him.
That's right. What they found in the sprawling UFO investigation is that these unknown craft, whatever they are, seem to generate spooky phenomena that seemingly shouldn't exist.
Oh, that is awesome. So, like, crazy, weird shit happens when UFOs come by?
Yes.
Awesome.
Here's a quote.
Turns out there are no ghosts. There's just UFOs above your house.
Yeah. So the ghosts are aliens.
No, they're created by aliens?
Maybe.
Alien ghosts. This sounds like an Ed Wood movie. I'm in.
We heavily went into Skinwalker Ranch, a property of Robert Bigelow's, Lakatsky said. He offered a facility where we could see UFOs and paranormal all at once. So how did this ranch in northeastern Utah, previously owned by Las Vegas aerospace tycoon Robert Bigelow, become a key part of the government's classified UFO investigation? It started at DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency, where rocket scientist and intelligence analyst Lakatsky and a colleague, Jay Stratton, became both puzzled and alarmed by reports about UFO intrusions at many of our nation's most sensitive national defense facilities. Residents of the Uinta Basin in northeastern Utah have been reporting frequent UFO incidents for decades, probably longer, and the Bigelow Ranch was deemed an epicenter of weird activity, not just UFOs, but also
you don't want to go down that road.
Unknown creatures, things that presumably exist only in myths or movies. Bigelow's organization, NIDS, or National Institute for Discovery Science, moved onto the ranch, and its team of scientists and investigators began collecting testimony from residents, then started seeing the creatures and phenomena for themselves. Lakatsky, Stratton, and the bosses of DIA were intrigued, not repelled, by the wild stories. They wanted to know if UFOs and seemingly related paranormal incidents might be considered a threat.
I mean, I feel like the mist is a threat.
Yes. The mist is most definitely a threat.
Yeah.
I could see from my organization the threat potential, and we were uncovering many of the things that you were observing, strange creatures, Lukatsky said. I mean, think of inducing what might be called delusions by some people into an enemy force. We wanted to learn what can be weaponized here.
Of course they did.
Yep.
Of course they
right
did.
from the mist.
Like I said, I just finished the It show, and like the whole idea, I didn't get it. Like the one thing, excuse me, what I mean to say is there is this government character. He's a general. He is a villain in that show, and his main motivation was trying to let it out of Derry. I didn't get it. I didn't get why. It didn't make sense to me because his explanation was like, because American people are pussies and they need to deal with a demon cloud, kind of. Like I didn't really get his reasoning. Like it made sense when it was like, I want to get it and kind of use him against the commies. Like I want to stick this clown on Russia. That like okay, that I got his motivation. But then when he switched and he's like, no, I just kind of want to fuck the country up.
It was a wild ride.
It didn't make sense, that one. Just that motivation. That was my only nitpick of the show, that one motivation. But anyways, if we had research on Skinwalker Ranch that basically said UFOs can create paranormal phenomenon and craziness, and we want to weaponize that, yeah, of course you want to weaponize that.
Of course you do.
Of course you do.
Lukatsky and Stratton put together a program that DIA approved. The acronym was AAWSAP. Senator Harry Reid helped secure the funding, and Bigelow Aerospace was the contractor.
Oh, that Bigelow.
50 full-time investigators were hired, obtained top secret security clearances, and went to work. The main focus was UFOs and UFO technology, but one smaller focus was measurable health effects on people who encountered a UFO and were physically harmed or developed rare diseases.
Or radiation poisoning or something, yeah.
Or psychological effects.
It's true.
That allowed AAWSAP to cast a wide net and to report seemingly outlandish stories about creatures, poltergeist-type activity, and other weirdness. Lukatsky said that AAWSAP created a massive database of UFO accounts, but the witnesses were typically reluctant to admit that they also had paranormal experiences after encountering UFOs. We realized that...
Oh, shit, man. I reported UFO. They already think I'm crazy. I'm not going to tell them my den is haunted.
Right.
Yeah.
We realized that people who openly say, I observed a UFO up close, maybe on the ground, that always seem to have paranormal connection in some ways if you gently push them, Lukatsky said. The connection between UFO encounters and paranormal experiences isn't new. It traces back to the first big UFO event of the modern era. In 1947, a pilot named Kenneth Arnold saw 9 objects flying in formation over Washington state. His family said that for the most...
this is where the flying saucer term was coined.
Yeah. And for the rest of his life, Arnold's home was bedeviled by inexplicable phenomena. Perhaps the strangest experience reported by nearly everyone in AAWSAP who visited the Bigelow Ranch is what is now known as the hitchhiker effect. At least 5 highly experienced intelligence officers who went to the ranch to check things out came to contact with paranormal phenomena and then took it home with them.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like the end of the Haunted Mansion ride, the hitchhiking ghosts.
It's like, honey, I brought home a demon. Don't you mind?
You brought another one?
Look, I needed to go to the ranch. We could probably use it against the commies.
Another mouth to feed. They and their families would see balls of light inside their homes, shadowy figures, even creatures that were physical, not a mere mental image. After one investigator returned from the ranch to his East Coast home, his entire family was bedeviled by orbs and what they described as a wolf that walked on 2 legs.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, it would be horrifying in real life. I don't want it to happen to me. Don't misunderstand. It sounds awful in real life. But that being said, I would love to see some supernatural stuff. Let me see some flying orbs and like a anthropomorphic wolfman.
I wonder why it sticks with them. It's weird, right? That it comes back.
I don't know. Maybe it clings. I mean, there's this Japanese spirit that was like known to like stick to you and follow you around. I think it's well known throughout the world and just called different things. You know, the hitchhiking spirit, as you said earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So
what was that? Was the whole idea, right? Like, what's haunted? Is your house haunted or are you haunted? If you move and the ghost follows you, then you're haunted, not your house.
And they say that happens quite a bit. You know.
Yeah, just look at Poltergeist 2
Yep.
and Poltergeist 3.
Yeah.
And then they made a remake of Poltergeist, and I don't know because they never had a sequel, so I can't really tell if they followed that family. Sam Rockwell, you were the dad in that movie. If there was to be a sequel, would have you been in it, and therefore did the ghost follow you? This is important. Because Sam Rockwell's watching.
Yes.
You know what's great about Sam Rockwell?
What?
He was in the original Ninja Turtles.
I did not.
Yeah, at the very, very end, when the cop is like, "What's going on here?" and he's like, "There's a couple warehouses you should see downtown." That was Sam Rockwell.
That's awesome.
I'm dead serious.
That's great.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways, back to the aliens.
The one here in Washington area. That's why you have to say paranormal. Lakatsky explained. I mean, what did it get on a train or plane to come to Washington? It left deep scratch marks on the tree it was resting against. There was physical evidence
Of the physical creature that followed
Yeah,
this guy
the-
home.
yeah.
The wolf thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Among those who have reported hitchhiker-type events, Dr. Colm Kelleher, the Las Vegas manager for AAWSAP, physicist Dr. Eric Davis, and DIA's Jay Stratton, several security personnel, and former owner of the ranch, Robert Bigelow. After the existence of AAWSAP, was first reported by U.S. in 2018, and the full scale of the strange phenomena it had examined was made public by Dr. Latsky in his books, including the newest one, New Insights. Skeptics claimed that the DIA had killed AAWSAP at the end of 2010 because the reports it receives were simply too weird. The man who oversaw every part of AAWSAP said weirdness had nothing to do with it, that DIA leadership was supportive to the end. So did they ever have the opinion that this was getting kind of weird? Knapp asked. No, they never did. They basically wanted to keep it quiet. That's all, Latsky explained. They didn't want to see it in the Washington Post. Lakatsky and other familiar with AAWSAP tried to find a new home for a spin-off version, something called Kona Blue. Harry Reid.
That's a dumb name. Sorry.
It is. Harry Reid helped lead the charge, and the Department of Homeland Security initially said yes, then higher-ups killed it. Lakatsky's new book hints that some slice of Kona Blue did move forward, but he declines to spill further details about that for now until that sweet, sweet book money comes in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I thought that was... I didn't know that they did that much official, like, paranormal story research.
Well, I like the idea that when UFOs happen, it brings this paranormal energy. Because maybe if they are manipulating the laws of physics to their UFO, like how they can move as fast as they do, or if they're manipulating the laws of physics, it's kind of like in Fringe or whatever, right? Like physics get effed up. Now suddenly physics around that area are happening differently, or we see into different dimensions or different creatures or all this other. I love it. This is fun. This is a ball of fun, Ryan.
And thinking of it, like, what if the aliens are using it? They're already weaponizing that kind of thing where they can just be like, all right, this human's getting too close. Make him see a giant dog man.
Well, are they weaponizing it, or is it just something that happens? Is it like radioactive exhaust almost? Like it's just like, if you're around our spaceship, you might get a little trippy. It doesn't affect us, but you humans, you have some weird effects.
And then in the future, once this is all normalized and everything's completely out in the open, like people are just using it to get so high.
Oh my
like
God.
people are just abusing it. They're just like, oh yeah.
Ryan, that's weird.
I know.
Yeah, something. Some things are weird though, Ryan.
Are they?
They are.
They are?
Yeah. Like the final segment of the show.
Oh my God.
Guys, we like to end every show, starting now, with a little bit of real world weird. And the reason why we do that is we think every show should end with a little bit of
Real world weird.
Washington state resident calls cops about paranormal disappearance of cigarettes. Cops in Washington state recently received a rather unusual report from a resident who could not find their cigarettes and suspected that something paranormal was behind the mysterious disappearance.
I mean, it's obviously the most logical solution.
It's a ghost.
Ghost. Totally ghost.
So, according to a local media report, the Moses Lake Police Department got a odd call last Tuesday morning at around 7:30 a.m. The unnamed resident informed the dispatcher that, in a matter of seconds, their hand-rolled cigarettes had just suddenly vanished. With no sign of an intruder or any other explanation for their disappearance, the caller pointed to paranormal activity as the cause of the curious incident.
That was not the button I thought I was going to push. Continue.
Alas, a police report about the call gave no indication as to what specific otherworldly phenomenon the resident suspected was responsible for the theft, though a ghost rather than an alien or Bigfoot seems like a safe guess.
I'm not sure, dude. Bigfoot's a ninja.
I
You
mean,
know,
yeah.
he's never been caught out in the wild. So if you don't think he could break into your house, steal your shit, and get the hell out of there without you noticing, you're kidding yourself.
And we know he's been trying to kick the habit for years, but it's just hard, you know?
It is.
As one might imagine, cops dispatched to the residence did not find anything particularly extraordinary at the scene that would confirm the homeowner's fantastic theory for the missing cigarettes. Despite being unable to bust a ghost or any other paranormal entity that could have stolen the smokes, police assured the resident that the incident would be documented in the event that the otherworldly thief strikes again.
And I want that document. I
I-
want to see it.
We gotta go to this town. Like, they're taking ghost reports pretty seriously. That's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, we
you
should
know?
go there. We should and just be like, our cigarettes are missing.
They are. I mean, and you
They're like,
understand.
I'll be damned. It's a second guy.
Well, he rolled a whole pack of hand roll. That took him a minute.
Yeah, dude. Remember that year we all rolled?
We all did.
Cigarettes? Yeah, yeah.
We all had a machine. We were doing it. We're like, oh, we're
we
saving.
saved so much money.
And we did, but
And it was terrible.
we probably did unimaginable, horrible health things to ourselves.
They
and-
don't smoke well. They
No.
don't. I mean, I don't even smoke cigarettes anymore. But like, man, I used to really enjoy it, but not those.
No, they smell awful. They were terrible. But
I
you
guess her
understand-
point is, if a ghost was going to steal it, they'd steal a better brand.
Well, yeah, and you just understand this man's frustration. He just hand rolled a whole pack, and then he loses them. He's like, "They're fucking ghosts."
It had to be a ghost. And just like that man's cigarettes, it's time for us to disappear. Guys, did you enjoy the new format? I hope you did. We believe it flowed a little better, but tell us what you think. Hit us up at Earthling Entertainment Podcast at gmail.com or any of our social medias. And just a quick reminder, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Future episodes are hopefully going to have a lot more video components, and we want to build up the YouTube people. And guys, if you haven't already, make sure to download this episode on Spotify, YouTube, any of those, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. What are we on? All of them.
All of them.
iHeart.
We're on all the things.
We are good pods. Download us. Downloading is the best way to support the show.
And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to do the next most important thing you can do to support the show is to share us. Share this episode, this show with a coworker. Tell them to just spin through it, pick a cryptid, any cryptid, and enjoy it. Share it with your friends, with your coworkers, with your family, with grandma. Grandmas love us.
Dude, grandmas really do love us. It's
So,
crazy. We're
for-
big in the GILF community.
We are. So you know what I'm saying. So go ahead and Joe threw me off of that one. But yes, please do share us with the guild.
See ya.
So good. Bye.
On that note,